Sure, why not? Let's talk about something. The ins and outs of gaslighting. But a lot of that gaslighting is so subtle. And dude, it drives me freaking insane. It literally makes me just completely insane. So I'm going to start out with saying that I can't be blamed for something that was not my choice. If I made the active, voluntary decision to do something and something bad happened, sure, by all means, blame me. Go ahead, blame me. I was being a dumbass, it's my fault. Easy as that. But what people that just love to gaslight do always nitpick and find this very specific, stupid part of it, and then be like, blaming you for it. And you're saying, like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't make a conscious decision to do any of this shit. So let's give a few examples of that. Let's say you got frickin' struck by lightning. And these people be like, well, you shouldn't have been walking out in a thunderstorm. Maybe I was just walking to my car, you know. Or, you know, you got in a bad car accident. And they go, well, you shouldn't have been driving. Oh, really? Because I can go through life without driving. You know, you trip and fall and, you know, bust your head open. Well, you shouldn't have been walking. And it's just skirting of any understanding or accountability. Because I've noticed that oftentimes when something bad happens, it is truly not my fault. But they'll come at me sideways like a pack of fucking wolves, calling it my fault, my fault, my fault. Well, you shouldn't have been walking. Well, you shouldn't have been driving. Well, you shouldn't have gone to sleep. Well, you shouldn't have took a piss. Well, you shouldn't have took a shit. Like, all this shit is in God's hands. This is not in my control. People are going to do what they have to do. Now, why this becomes a problem is because there is some sort of rational argument towards that I agree with. If I don't want to get robbed, I don't go to the ghetto. Agreed. Granted. But if I have to just randomly pass through the ghetto to get to work or something like that and get robbed, well, you know, not really my fault. It's not like I made the conscious decision to go there. It was just had to be done. And I hope this is making sense, because it drives me crazy. You know, let's say, you know, you're brushing your teeth and go unconscious and stab yourself in the mouth with a toothbrush. Well, should have been brushing your teeth. Okay. At this point, the conversation is over. And then they'll want to add insult to injury too. Let's not forget about that. Let's use the same example. You're brushing your teeth, you fall, you stab yourself. Well, if you were doing your taxes instead, well, if you were washing your butt instead, this would have never happened. Man, I swear to God, it makes me want to kill him. I swear to God, I can't do it. They always have some smart ass remark. Some smart ass remark, man. Say your wife leaves you and takes the kids. Well, if you hadn't been at work that day, probably never would have happened. I had to go to work, dude. Well, if you hadn't eaten that cheeseburger, she wouldn't have got turned off and left your ass. They always got some fucking stupid, fucking smart thing to say that has no relevance to anything. No relevance whatsoever. But they're going to say it. Oh, trust on God, they're going to say it. So you got freaking lung cancer in your 30s and you smoked one cigarette when you were 12. Well, if you hadn't smoked that cigarette, shut the fuck up. 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 You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. One cigarette is not going to be lung cancer in your 30s when you did it at 12. But oh, they're going to say it. They're going to say it. You could be studying for your exams, your finals, and something bad happens, like, I don't know, your friend gets in a car accident. Well, if you weren't studying for your exams, you would have been there with him. Wouldn't have happened. Fuck. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it.